Hello and welcome everybody to the next video recap lecture. I am Sergio, and today we're going to be going over the lecture titled Creating a Brand Campaign. This is a pretty short and straightforward video lecture. We're going to go over a quick example of how somebody might hijack or take the traffic of another company by simply showing up for their competitor's name or company name. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and type in a search term, which is the name of a reporting software company known as Optimizely. Many of you may be familiar with this. Others may not, but essentially, Optimizely is just a reporting software, and if you type in their search name here, a lot of other marketing and reporting software start to show up on Google, and that is a perfect example of somebody showing up for a branded term. I took a screenshot earlier where actually, you could see a different example, and it seems it's a bit different now. But earlier today, I typed in Optimizely as is, and I noticed that there are some other reporting agencies, reporting software showing up with their ads. Essentially, what they're doing is taking some traffic away from Optimizely because of their well-known name and reputation as the top reporting software pretty much out there. So people might be doing that if you have some unethical competitors and you don't have a trademarked name. Essentially, the rule is with Google AdWords is that if you have a trademarked company name, then you can go ahead and request that certain ads get disapproved and banned, and Google will, disapprove the ads of the competitors that are exercising that type of, unethical advertising by showing up for your brand name. But if you don't have a trademark, then you're pretty much forced to do one of two things, which is either deal with it or create a brand campaign. So to create a brand campaign, as you can see, Optimizely is showing up for their brand name. I have a lot of clients that show up for their brand names because they're pretty well-known companies, and people, their competitors specifically, are showing up for their name when they are searched for on Google, and it's causing them to lose business. So to combat this by creating a brand campaign, it's fairly straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and show you how. We're going to go into a Google AdWords account here that we're working with, and I'm just going to create a new campaign, a search campaign. And what we'll do is simply, you don't need to create many ad groups. You want to use some ad group that's maybe just going to contain several keywords that are associated with your company name. Maybe it's your web address, maybe it's your company name, maybe it's an abbreviation of your company name, however you think people might search for your company name that you want to ensure you are number one for, not your competitors. So in this case, we'll go ahead and create a brand campaign. We'll put all features. Oh, hate when that happens. If you don't hit all features first, it erases your name, the campaign name, and makes you type it in again. In any case, we'll go ahead and skip over all of this. I'm just going to put the default 0.01 like I always do while I'm creating campaigns. But of course, you'll want to use your keyword research and recommended bids, or perhaps a bid strategy like top of page one, like we've talked about in the previous lectures. I'm going to go ahead and click Save and Continue. It's going to ask me to create my first ad group. And in this case, I'm just going to label it Ad Group 1 and give it a headline such as my company's name. In this case, we might be, No Risk SEO Inc. is the name of the marketing agency that I own and represent. Here we might put, something about my company and the type of services we offer. The best search engine marketing service, period. All for a free quote. I know that's a little long. Get a free quote, maybe. But the point is, I'm not here to, go over how to make a compelling ad copy. Hopefully, you already have some experience with that and some knowledge going over the previous lectures as to how to create a compelling ad copy using market psychology and trying to, relate to the type of audiences that you're going to be dealing with based off of the keywords that you're showing up for. In this case, you're showing up for your brand name, so you just want to, say something maybe that's a slogan or anything that your company is known for saying a lot online or through advertising, whether it's online or traditional type of advertising. Display URL obviously can just be your company's website, and you put the final URL there. And here's where you really want to spend the time coming up with as many different variations of your company name as possible. I usually put quotes, and what I'll do is, kind of put spaces, no spaces, www dot, just trying to cover all angles as far as how somebody might search for my company, so that I get the best chance of showing up in the top spots instead of my competitors, which you never want. And that essentially is the gist of this video lecture. It's not a very long one, like I said. You may want to use exact match and phrase match, not just phrase match. If you feel there are some search terms that you know for sure you want to add as exact. And that's basically it. Once you hit save here, it's like a standard search campaign. And the deal is here, what you're doing is you're preventing people from showing up, like in this case here, where you see it showed it again. Now, somebody else is showing up for Optimizely's company name above them, and that just is ludicrous. What needs to be done is they need to ensure that they're using this keyword as a search campaign, and possibly maybe using a bid strategy like top of page bid strategy, where it automatically puts the bid amount that's needed to obtain the top 3 ranking positions, or by bidding high enough and monitoring your position data as you analyze your performance data to ensure that you're ranking in the #1 spot on average. In some cases, you may want to create a few ad groups if you have, say, abbreviations of your company name and you want to cover the website and many different websites that you're known for, so that you can have ad groups with keywords that are grouped up, maybe one for your URLs, one for your abbreviated company name, and one for the spelled out version of it. Just like your other search campaigns, you want them to be well thought out and organized, so that you can get that really good quality score and good performance if you need to. In most cases, you probably aren't having that big of a problem with competitors taking your traffic, so you're probably only going to need one, but I'll leave that up to you. I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video lecture. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time. Bye now.